Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to take you through a massive day of racing at Royal Randwick for day 2 of the championships this weekend. Plenty of insight and analysis coming your way. Best bets, value bets, of course, the $100 hot seat later in the show. We'll be doing our thing for charity as well. And Mike, just when we thought we were nearly there with day 1 of the championships, welcome in day 2 and a farewell the champ Winx.
We are so excited, aren't we, mate? Day 1 was huge out there at Randwick. We had a fantastic day, but day 2 is going to be even better. The intensity this week, I've never seen anything like it. So much pressure on Bowman, so much pressure on Waller, and a bit of pressure on Winx as well. I think she kicked out in the mounting yard this morning. She must be feeling it too.
Look, what a mare she is, Mike. I mean, the superlatives are all out there. 33 wins this will be, 25 straight Group 1s. I mean, it's just an aura that we've never really experienced. I've been so lucky to have seen her on the track with you over the years. And I mean, just talking about it, what's your favourite experience of Winx?
Yeah, mate, we've looked at it right from day 1, haven't we? She's almost as old as the race guide, I think, Winx. We've watched it from day 1, and a couple of things that I think about when I think about Winx is how much she's changed over the years. She was a lightly framed type in the early years. She was getting beaten by First Hill. She wasn't that good in those early years, but she's improved since then. She's gone through so much change, but despite that physical change, her mental toughness has been there from day 1, always smashing the line. So impressive for Waller to keep her so genuine for so long. The other thing I think about Winx, which we talked about before, is what could have been. I know that no disrespect to the owners, the trainers, obviously they've chosen a great program. The prize money is great in Australia, but sometimes punters are allowed to dream. And I close my eyes, I imagine an Arc de Triomphe and her chasing down an Able and winning by next year. That would be amazing. It
would, and look, well said about that, man, Mike. I mean, you're right, I'd love to see it as well. We're not going to see that, but we are going to see her this weekend at Royal Randwick. Look, it is the Winx show, but there's plenty of other great racing on the card, of course, 3 other Group 1s. And Mike, we've got the sun out all this week. I mean, how good's that been?
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Every single Thursday night we come and complain about the weather. We've got nothing to complain about this week. The rail's out 3 metres. It was pretty fair last week, despite the soft track. It's going for a good fall this Saturday, we think.
Finally.
And it should be pretty fair, just edging off rails late in the day like they did last Saturday too, Stu.
OK, right. Well, as I said, look, plenty of good racing coming your way on Saturday, Mike. We've got to look at 5 in-depth races. Is the Queen Elizabeth one of them?
We don't usually look at the Winx races, but this week we're making an exception. It's her last race. We have to look at it, don't we? We're starting off with that race at breakfast time at 11 o'clock. The list race used to be called the Fernhill, a great 1600 metre race for the 2-year-olds. A few Group 1s in there as well. It's a great addition to the Oaks, isn't it, Stu?
It is fantastic. Looking forward to see very elegant go around. We'll get stuck into that later, Mike, but the first one there, as you can see, is the mile, the ex-Fernhill handicap. And having a look at this market, well, it wouldn't be a 2-year-old race without another Godolphin horse as the favourite. This one is Immersement, 1200 out to the mile, $3.40. Vinco, interesting runner coming up from that nice win at Mornington, $5. Significance there at $6. Autocratic, $6.50. Power Scheme, the other one coming through that Mornington race, Mike, at $7. But look, Godolphin, 2-year-olds, Immersement is on top, so let's have a look.
Of course she's on top. The punters love the Royal Blue, don't they? She was always going to be on top. Look, she's a filly with a top weight, so it's going to be hard for her. She was really strong last start on a heavy track, running on for 4th. Let's go 2 starts ago on a dry track. This is the Sweet Embrace Stakes. She's a bit slow to begin, so even though she's up to the mile, she'll probably get back again. She comes to the outside. Look, she was OK this day, but on a good track, it's probably just an OK run, Stu.
Right, so look, we're looking down the outside here, Mike, but all importantly, we've got the Golden Slipper winner in here, and of course, that's Anahid out in front.
Yeah, shows how much difference a heavy track to a good track. That's Kiamichi in 4th, so she's not far off the Golden Slipper winner. So the form lines are OK, but good track rating, just OK for this race on Saturday. OK,
but look, we've got a few Melbourne visitors in this race, Mike, so let's go have a look at this replay. Now, what we're going to see here is Vinco really smashing the line late in the blue hat, but look, we've just missed it there. Power Scheme got a really big check, as you'll see in the form guide.
Yeah, held up, and when you lose momentum of a long, strong tempo, it's really hard to regain it, so he regained it, hit the front, and there was left a sitting duck. It was a really strong run. I reckon he lost about 2 lengths. And this Mornington form can be OK up in Sydney, Stu.
Well, it can be, Mike. We had the barrister come up here for Jason Warren in 2015, so a few of these trainers are looking to replicate that one.
Good stats, Stu. I'm supporting this one on Saturday.
All right, let's get into all the analysis now for race 1 at Royal Randwick. We're looking for the gold bars here as we start with the form over the mile.
You can't deny her last run. She ran on for 4th in a really good form race, so she does get the best form just from Power Scheme. like you can see there, we thought he was unlucky last start, so we gave him a kicker.
Okay, Godolphin 2-year-old with form, of course. Progression, Mike, key factors.
Well, yeah, progression, immersement off a freshen. Can she get better? Bit of a risk. Significance can improve. A lot of horses can improve. So many lightly raced types in this race, aren't there?
There are, and a lot of gold here, so potentially a little bit of value, Mike. What about this distance, up to the mile?
Yeah, James Cummings thinks she'll be fine, but will she be fine at the stage of preparation? Off a freshen, 12 to 1600 metres. We couldn't give her a gold bar, even though in time she's probably a miler. Power scheme, a son of Fiorente, he'll lap up the mile.
All right, absolutely jumping out there on the rating. So it's immersement and power scheme. As we round the bend here, Mike, back to the good track.
Yeah, immersement should be okay. Maybe the one you can give her a kicker to is Persan. He was good first up. He was poor second up. He was a bit wide, the bias was against. Maybe he can improve on Saturday.
Okay, so it's the favourite and a $7 shot power scheme here, Mike. One more key factor to go, position in run.
Yeah, 2-year-olds, first race of the day, getting near pace. We're giving those horses a kicker. You often give a wide barrier negative mark, but power scheme, a tough horse, barrier 10 rolling forward. I think he'll love that barrier.
Rolling forward from the outside, so it's just got him to the front there as we hit the line there, Mike. Time for a bet here in the first race. That's what it's all about come Saturday. So let's bring in all the odds with our ratings here, Mike. And a little bit of love here for power scheme, but geez, Godolphin, you can't just give up on these guys in blue. They're just going too well.
No, you can't, and I don't really want to lose on immersement, so I'll be having a little bet on her. Vinco, I think he should have got beaten last start. That Newcastle form, I'm going against it.
Yep.
It's decent form. They can improve, but they're going to need to improve. Power scheme's the one for us. Son of Fiorente pushing forward. He's super tough.
All right, that's what we want in the first. So it's power scheme there at around the $7 mark to get your championships day 2 off to a flyer. The next race we're having a look at now is the Arrowfield Sprint. It is at Group 2 level, and this is a good field engage, Mike. Classic Legend has pretty much done nothing wrong. $4.60, a lot of potential this horse. Avantage, well, solid New Zealand Group 1 winner, 8 starts, 7 wins, thank you. Encryption, the very well-bred colt by Godolphin, $6, probably the best run out of all that new market form. But Zusane comes through that race, $6.50. Trope, interesting to see what this horse can do, $8.50. And of course, Baller, Mike, but Classic Legend and Advantage, they are some serious horses at the top of their betting.
They're seriously good. We'll have a look at Classic, and again, we won't look at Advantage, but she should have almost won all her starts. She's a serious Kiwi sprinter. Let's go back to the Group 1 Newmarket, because form references don't get much better than this. And sometimes say the mares can be moody, but it's really the colts that can be moody, isn't it, Stu? Their form can be up and down. Apart from Encryption in the white cap with the Godolphin blue, he runs on okay. But what about these runs from Zusane and Lean Mean Machine for the Waller Yard? They were awful, Stu.
Well, they were awful, but the punters have got Zusane there at $6.50, so they're not willing to give up on that horse. But look, Encryption does beat them home, and how good's this breeding? Lonhro, Guelph.
Oh, you love him. You've backed him since day one. You know he's going to run to a good mark on Saturday. The Waller Colts, they both won a trial since. They could be okay. But that was terrible, Stu.
That was terrible, but this next replay we're going to look at is far from it. Classic Legend, they were jumping out of trees to back at this day. I think $1.50 into $1.30 outside the lead and put them away so quickly.
I think I had something small on the leader, which got absolutely caned. I mean, what a horse is this? This is a benchmark 70 beating level 8, so you've got to be very careful. But right from day one, the connections have liked him. He's a powerful type. He was unlucky last start. Look, he wins this by 5 or 6 lengths. He probably needs to improve by 2, 3, 4 lengths in our ratings to win on Saturday, but who says he can't?
Well, look, another step up in grade. That's what it's so good to see, these horses doing that over the championships.
Big upside for him, yep.
Let's have a look now, Mike. All the form and the key factors. Avantage, Group 1 winner.
Yeah, I mean, there's set weights in this race, so the classy types are suited. Advantage and Encryption, big form ratings for us.
Yeah, they're the ones coming through those good races, Mike. What about progression as we start the key factors for the Arrowfield?
We are guessing how much progression the grey has got. Classic Legend could have massive upside. We've given him a couple of lengths, but Avantage second up in Australia. She can improve as well.
Okay, these three right at the top of the betting, Mike. They are dominating the ratings here. What about the distance?
Yeah, Trope, big, strong, impressive type. Big upside for him as well. He could love the 1,200 metres.
Okay, so still Avantage out from Encryption. Who's going to like the dry surface?
Yeah, back to a dry surface. You look at them in the yard, Avantage and Classic Legend. They're both fancy names, aren't they?
They are.
Powerful types, massive turn of foot. They will love the dry track, we think. And Baller, probably a tick for him as well.
All right, we've got one really skipping along here, Mike. That's Avantage. Where does she get to in the position and run?
Yeah, looking for horses that just trail a pretty hot speed. There's a couple going forward. The tempo should be strong. Avantage and Classic Legend, the favourites, get nice spots just behind that speed.
All right, it's Avantage hitting the line there, Mike, as we finish our mini race. And, well, this horse, it just can't do any better than just win. That's what it's been doing. Let's have a look to see if it's on top of all our betting here, Mike, as we bring in the key ratings. Well, it's $4.60 here, Avantage, Mike, but there is 2 lengths back to Classique Legend on the same price. Look, Encryption's there, $6. The Jonker there, $26. Adding a bit of spice in here might get some value, but Avantage, look, it cleared out pretty late there, didn't it? Looks a pretty solid bet for us.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Jonker, he'll be up there for a long way. He might just tire late. Encryption's solid. Classique Legend could do absolutely anything on Saturday, like Zusane. They've got massive upside. They could do anything, we think.
Yep.
But we know that the Kiwi mare is going to run a good race. Kiwi filly's going to run a good race. She should be unbeaten. She's rock solid each way for us.
Could be a big day for the Kiwis. It's Avantage there for us in the Arrowfield. Well, there's a look at 2 great races for this Saturday. Stick around after the break and we've got 3 more coming your way. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. Well, it's getting good now. We're up to the Group 1s, and of course it is the Oaks. Very excited here, Mike. Very Elegant heads the betting, and they have absolutely smashed this horse again into $1.60, thank you. But here's all the binary form in behind it. Frankly Awesome, a great run chasing Very Elegant, $6. Aristia, the VRC Oaks winner, $8.50. Out the gate to Scarlet Dream, but geez, they love this horse, don't they? Very Elegant.
This is incredible. What a plunge off 2 heavy track wins. I cannot believe the price I'm seeing in front of me. Let's have a look at the Vinery Stakes last start and see why the punters love it. This is a Group 1 lead-in. Obviously the best lead into the Oaks. She comes to the outside. Probably a bit of inside bias this day, which gives more credit to the run. Aristia sticking on pretty well. Frankly Awesome. A big run from her. And Scarlet Dream is the one in the white and black cap out the back. Not too good from her behind Pahudakawa.
Mike, we were there this day and you just saw Very Elegant just cruising up there on the turn. But look, it's all about this bit for me. Was she running away from them or are they catching up?
I think she's running away. She's such a genuine top. I think the 2,400 metres is okay if she settles. But the one thing about Very Elegant, she's a very, very lightly framed type. She's the first horse you'd pick in the yard to be a mutter, and she's back to a good track on Saturday.
Okay, so a few questions there. Well, that horse, Frankly Awesome, chased so hard there. So let's go back to start before that. This is at Kembla. They're chasing Pahudakawa home here. But look, we're looking at Frankly Awesome, Scarlet Dream, and of course, Romany Girl.
Yeah, we just want to tie in Scarlet Dream into Frankly Awesome here and show that Scarlet Dream actually is a pretty good filly despite that flop last start. She was good first up, she was good second up, she was way back under the pump third up on the turn here, and she surges hard late. It's a really good run, so despite that flop next start, she's okay. They beat home Romani Girl easily, which ties into the Adrian Knox form. Right. So those second and third fillies are very strong form on Saturday.
Okay, well look, it's form they've got to catch, and it is Very Elegant. Let's look for the gold here, Mike, for the form and all the key factors. This is a really intriguing Oaks.
You can't deny she's flying. Give the gold bar to Very Elegant.
Okay, look, she's going to get that, and let's see if the others can do their thing and catch up with the key factors, Mike. Who has got the most progression?
Well, I think Chris Waller's learned a little about this filly. I think James McDonald's been doing a lot of work and she's settling better. So even though she's lightly framed, she's usually good fresh. She might be able to improve now, fourth up. Frankly Awesome's definitely improving. Her ratings have jumped up 3, 4, 5 lengths every start this prep. Aristia, she's been set for this race, and so is Scarlet Dream. All the favourites there.
All the favourites got the gold, and of course, out of the 2,400 metres, Mike, so important for the fillies.
Yeah, 2,400 metres should be okay for Very Elegant, but I want to see it first. Aristia, she's won the Oaks. Scarlet Dream should lap it up. And Marit Shabo, she's a really solid stayer. She'll be keeping on right to the line. Okay, look, you've mentioned the heavy track for Very Elegant last start. We're back to a good. So who does this favour? We're limited by the technology. We cannot go backwards. There's no red flag for Very Elegant yet, but surely she has to go backwards based on her form. She's such a mutter. Aristia will like a dry track. Scarlet Dream has to go up from that last start. All right, so Aristia's levelled up to a Very Elegant here, Mike. Who gets the better run in the Oaks, though? Well, I think maybe 2,400 metres doesn't matter, but Imelda Mary is a horse with a turn of foot from New Zealand who can box seat, sit fifth the rails, and she can sprint at the tempo steady. So maybe she can do something on Saturday. Okay, at any old odds down there. But look, the race has been run and won up the top there, Mike. Very Elegant and Aristia hitting the line together. Frankly Awesome, not too far away. Let's have a look to see where this money's going to go now. We're not in favour of tipping $1.60 shots very often on this show, Mike. We've got here that they're two dead set together there, $8.50. I know which way we're going there, but what about these ones in behind? Frankly Awesome, such a good run. And Scarlet Dream, I mean, that was great watching that replay again. This is race on the top four. One of them will win the Oaks, and I'll be laying Very Elegant out to about $3 on Saturday, so I will be a busy bee. Those other three horses are such good horses, such progressive fillies, and onto a dry track, they can definitely win. Aristia has beaten Very Elegant on a dry track before, so why can't she do it on Saturday? And Scarlet Dream is monster odds after one bad run only. I'm excited about this race, Stu. Potting the $1.60 favourite on the good track. Stu, lay away. All right, there we go. Aristia and Scarlet Dream for us.
And well, look, that brings us to Winx, Mike. The Queen Elizabeth. It's the last time we're going to say her name. I wonder if she's at the top of the market. Let's have a look. $1.06. What a price for the great mare. We're going to have a few little tickets just for a bit of a memento, I think, on Saturday. He's Eminent, 21. Happy Clapper, 26. The Evergreen 8-year-old Hartnell, 26. That's some of the competition, but look, she has just been so good, Mike, and there's a bit of a credit to her. Let's go have a look at her last two Queen Elizabeth wins.
We almost need some music for these replays, don't we? Sort of reminiscing over the last couple of years. Queen Elizabeth 2018, Queen Elizabeth 2017. This is the one in 2018. Winx coming to the outside, chasing down Galo Chops. There'll be a similar leader in this race on Saturday, which is interesting. Happy Clapper fighting on okay up the inside. But we've said it before, he's just not as good as the great mare, Stu.
Lost for words. All I'm thinking of is where I was in the grandstand this day, cheering on. That's what I love, the roar.
Yeah, it's incredible. The atmosphere will be the same on Saturday. And look at her, like I said before, she always finds a line. She's just so genuine. Fist pump from Bowman.
Well, let's go back to another year and see this one. We're looking at Hartnell here. Of course, this is 2017. And of course, Happy Clapper, Mike. So look, these two horses, I mean, they've just kept seeing her rear end for so long.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 lengths. You might see that margin in the rating soon. She just looms up. She puts them to bed. They get to this race usually 4th up, 5th up in their preparations. Yep. Hartnell and Happy Clapper. And there's horses that peak 2nd up and 3rd up. So it's a bit of a concern for them coming deeper into their preparation against the great mare, who Waller always keeps a bit up his sleeve for this race on Saturday.
Same distance, same result, same cheer, same smiley faces. Oh, geez, it's going to be a good day there on Saturday.
It's going to be magic. You have to be there on Saturday.
All right, well, look, may as well do all the analysis for Winx. I'm sure she's going to come out on top, but let's do it just for you guys at home. Here is all the form, and, well, of course she's got it.
The gaps have got bigger as the years have gone on. Winx light her up for the last time, Stu.
Here we go. Gold for Winx. Can she progress?
Yeah, the thing is she can. While they keep something up her sleeve, the George Ryder was a lead into this race. She can improve. Can you believe it? He's Eminent, 2nd up after a long break for Sir Mark Todd just before he goes to stud. He can improve as well.
Yeah, I can believe anything she can do, mate. What about track conditions?
Well, distance stage of prep. You put off by Winx, 2,000 metres. She absolutely eats it up. She could even be a 2,400 metre type. Who knows?
Look, she loves heavy. She loves soft. She loves good. Loves everything.
Well, she's crossed the line already, so she's fine. Shalala back to a dry track. Could improve, though.
Okay. And look, position in run, 2,000 metres, Mike. He's Eminent, gets a bit of gold here.
Yeah, small field, weight for age. The leader usually gets a tick in these conditions, especially considering he can roll from about the 500 metre mark. He's a tough type.
All right. Well, look, Winx, I mean, look, it's all about ratings. It's always about getting there. I don't know if it's all about backing at $1.06, but that's all we're here to do, Mike. We're going to come up with a bet. So, look, we obviously won't be on Winx to start, but what about these ones in behind? I mean, there's obviously a lot of Winx out markets, people looking for a place, trifectas, first fours. Where are we going to go?
Yeah, so Mark Todd is an absolute legend, and he's confident. I think He's Eminent might be the one. Hartnell and Happy Clapper. So many people will be backing them on Saturday.
They will.
So maybe if you have to have a bet and you don't want to just watch her and enjoy her for the last time, maybe you can do a trifecta. Winx from Sir Mark Todd's horse, He's Eminent, and Shalala running on late. She can sweep home into 3rd, we think.
Is that a straight out or a box?
Straight out. Of course it's straight out.
With confidence there. It's Winx, He's Eminent and Shalala there for us in the Queen Elizabeth. And now the other Group 1, Michael, one of the other Group 1s, it is the Schweppes Sydney Cup over the staying distance of 3,200 metres. And, well, Doobie has come here for Charlie Appleby, has dominated the market, $3.50. Remember, he did it 2 years ago with polarisation, so has had some success. Midterm coming up off his good win in the Manion at $9. Big Duke always running on, $9.50. Gallic Chieftain, that was a good win last start, $11. Rondinella, how about this money today for the Kiwi? $17 into $12. Got crunched late on Thursday afternoon. Yogi will be charging late. Shro, Red Cardinal, we know they're there, Mike. But Doobie, we're going to have to catch this horse.
We have to have a look at him. A lot of punters at home are wondering who the hell is this horse coming over from Dubai. So we're going to help you out. We're going to have a look at him. You look at the Meydan form and you think it's group level form just because it's overseas form, it usually is, but it's not. This is just a handicap, so he's still progressing to group grade. He's on pace. He likes a small field, I think. He's a really solid, robust type. And once he gets to the front, he just keeps going. He's got a big, big surge, Stu.
Oh, look, it doesn't matter where you're at looking around the world. You're going to get the boys in blue. Here it just happens to be Dubai. But, Mike, what's he actually beating here? What can the viewers look for?
Well, I think he bet a horse that was okay. I think it's a bit of a non-winner. I think 32 starts with 2 wins or something. You can tie in the form. to Cross Counter as well, maybe about 7, 8, 9 lengths behind Cross Counter based on the Dubai ratings, which puts him in the mix on Saturday, but no moral.
And they absolutely crunched that third horse.
The margins are huge over there.
This Kiwi, Mike, red hat to the outside. It just gets there now, and I'll tell you what, love the way this horse just smashes the line here.
Well, talk about handicap wins that were impressive. This is a handicap win that was very, very impressive. Roger James absolutely loves her. This is her last start on a good track 3 starts ago. They talk about her stride being much, much more effective on a dry track. Look at her cruise away there, 2,100 metres. She should lap up the 2 miles, and I think the money's coming.
It has definitely arrived. I know you're on a little bit of it.
I can't believe it.
Look, Roger James, you said that. I mean, he said the best since Silent Achiever. We know what that horse did a few years ago, winning the Tancred. But look, this horse, we're keen to see it here, Mike. Let's have a look at the form and all the key factors now for the Sydney Cup. Loving this race, and look, this looks good.
Yeah, well done, Racing New South Wales handicappers. Doobie's in the mix, but he's no moral. A lot of horses in good form in this race.
Okay, 3,200 metres, Mike. Stage of preparation is going to get to later. What about progression?
Yeah, progression. Doobie's the one with upside. He's only had a few starts. Charlie Appleby's such a good trainer. He could do anything on Saturday. He can improve off that current rating for sure. All
right, look, we're getting this race started. Looks as though there's plenty of chances here, but Doobie just with the gold there, Mike. Now the 3,200 metres.
Yeah, horses that a lot of them like 3,200 metres, but ones that we can give upside to into this race on Saturday. Big Duke's run 4th in the Melbourne Cup, which is better than most. Shiro looks like a 2-miler, and Yogi is an absolute grinder. He will be storming home late.
He sure will. So Big Duke levels up, and look, Big Duke's one of those ones that's trying to get off those wet tracks, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. But look at the key factor here. This is the key factor of the key factor show tonight. Roger James has been looking for a good track. Her form ratings are in the mix on a heavy track. She should love the dry track, the Kiwi, Rondinella.
Here comes the money horse, Rondinella, just hitting the lead now from Big Duke and Doobie there. What about position in run? 3,200.
Yeah, Rondinella, box seat, 5th of the rails. Love it. Backing her right now.
There we go.
Before she firms even more.
It's gone further ahead there, Rondinella. Mike, look, Sydney Cup, always a really great race to get involved with, and it looks like a pretty good betting market here. So let's bring all that back in, because I'm keen for a bet in the Sydney Cup, and know you are as well. Rondinella will look right on top, clearing away. $12 though, but you're on the overs.
Yeah, massive overs. I haven't got much on. I want more. I want more on it. Driving into the show, it's coming from $19 to $12. I still cannot believe it. Doobie's going to be hard to beat. Midterm will go forward. Shiro's going to be hard to beat. Yogi needs luck from the back, and Glory Days is flying. But there's a whole lot of good handicappers. Yeah. And there's Rondinella, who's got weight for age form and would love a dry track. So Rondinella, the Kiwi, there's no points for guessing. She's the one for us from a perfect spot, and the money gives me confidence. And Big Duke, one of the better handicappers, he should love the 2 miles as well. All
right, so it's the Kiwis for us in the Sydney Cup. Well, there's a look at 5 races for day 2 of the championships. Stick around, because after the break, we'll be looking at our charity multi and, of course, our $100 hot seat. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. Gee, we've had a look at 5 big races already for day 2 of the championships, but there's plenty of others to get stuck into, Mike. I know you found Gallic Chieftain there last week. What have we got at value here for the other races we haven't been through?
There's only one moral, and it's in race 7. We know her. Looking across the board, looked at Power Scheme already. Wild Planet, that's a really open race, so bet carefully. Archidemus, he's been back from 4 to 3.6. He'll be so hard to beat. Villamai, like her at 19.
Right.
Back to a dry track. She can definitely do something down the bottom of the page. Nikita Jane, wide barrier should be okay late in the day. And same for Savatiano. Swooping out wide, ideal for her. $16 will take some of that for sure.
All right, a couple of horses just smashing the line there, Mike. Now, $100 hot seat time. I mean, for those just going out for Winx's final day, they might just have $100 on them. They've got to figure out how to spend that.
Now, we've got to enjoy our day, so we're going to bet just a little bit carefully, I think, on Saturday. $10 on Power Scheme at $7. $5 in Villamai at $19, back to a dry track. And 2 big bets that we think are morals, $35 a place on Advantage. So rock solid, that filly. Yep. And we're laying very elegant with the 2nd, 3rd and 4th favourites in the Oaks on a dry track.
In a bundle bet.
Bring them home in a bundle bet. $35 at $3 for 3 horses. Thanks for coming. And Rondinella, the best bet of the day, $19 into 12. I still can't believe it. She's so well backed, and she can win on Saturday. All
right, taking on a short price favourite in the Oaks. And well, Mike, we usually do a charity multi, but look, because Winx is involved, let's just do a charity trifecta. We know she's going to be winning, so let's put her on top. But it's the ones in behind that we've really had a good think about. He's Eminent, is going to run 2nd, and Shillelagh has been running so well, as you said, gets back to a dry track. That horse is going to run in for 3rd, so it's Winx, He's Eminent and Shillelagh in the Queen Elizabeth for our charity, with the total edging up to 547. So that one's heading up, Mike. They're all heading in the right direction. And I'll tell you, I'm heading in the right direction on Saturday because I'm going out to Randwick with 42,000 other people. I'm wearing my pin. I'm wearing everything else Winx. I hope to see a sea of blue and just enjoy it because you are going to remember this for the rest of your lives. The kids are going to love it. And what else you got to say, Mike?
Oh, nothing, mate. I'll be there on Saturday all day long from 7 o'clock till 7 p.m. The best day ever.
It's going to be a great day. Head to theraceguide.com.au for all your feature profiling for day 2 of the championships and cheer the great mare home, Winx.
Good punching.